every time we say Kedusha, Kadosh, 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 we're mentioning the angels and what the angels say. So I want to just talk a little bit about who these angels are. Are they real? Are they not real? What are we supposed to do with this mentioning of angels? So for those who are really into angels and into spiritual things, this is cool. And you want to know more and more. For those who are skeptical of this, what is this? This is like mythical depictions of these spiritual beings that don't exist. So you might be surprised that both these opinions have their place within central commentators in our tradition. Ramban, Nachmanides, and the Kabbalists in general accept this reality of angels. They say there is such a thing. You ask, what are these angels? I'll explain that in a moment. But Rambam, Maimonides, denies the reality of angels. Says they don't exist. Angels and demons don't really exist. So why are you mentioning them in the Siddur? So we'll talk about that in a moment. But for Rambam, anytime it appears in our tradition that's talking about an angel, like in the Torah, it's talking about an angel being seen in a dream. It's not for real. It's a vision. Okay, so Ramban has trouble with that. He says, listen, it's hard to say that. Like when the angels came to get food from, they fed the angels, Sarah and Abraham. Were those not real angels? Or when Yaakov fought an angel and he ended up limping, was that limping in a dream too? It's hard to say every time the angel appears it's in a dream. In any case, so those are like the two opinions. And for the most part, a lot of the commentators, a lot of rabbis accept like this reality of angels, and Kabbalah does too. So I'm just going to talk just a little bit from that perspective and just share like how we can relate to that in our lives. What I do with this concept of angels, and I'm going to try to keep this brief. This is like a whole hour lecture. I'm going to try to do it in like 3 minutes here. So Rav Aryeh Kaplan says, he summarizes a view in the Kabbalah that says there's 4 levels of angels. We have the Srafim, which you talked about this the other day. And then there's the Chayot and the Ofanim. And then there's the ministering angels. Ministering angels are those that are kind of in our world that are involved with us. So what are these angels, according to the view that says that they're real? What are these angels? What are they like? So the Ramban says you have to be very pure and holy to be able to connect to them or to see them. And he says they're like they're known as a garment that is perceived by eyes of the flesh, by those of pure souls. And so something like very, very like a garment. Another view in this Kabbalistic text I found says angels have bodies that are very thin, ethereal, like the wind, and is fine and not seen. Okay, so it's kind of like some sort of interface between the spiritual and the physical. But angels can take multiple forms. And even if you just accept them as being symbolic of something, they can take the form of the wind, of people in the Tanakh. It can even be a Magid, which some of the rabbis claim. Rav Yosef Karo, who's our central authority for halacha, Ramchal is one of our big Kabbalists, important work of ethics. They say that they received messages from an angel called a Magid. A Magid. If you look this up, there's stuff written on this where they were taught lessons from this angel that claim that they had a connection to this. Like this angel is teaching them lessons and helping them. Like Rabbi Yosef Karo actually wrote a book on everything he learned from this Magid. It's called Magid Mesharim. So they believed in it. So what if you believe in it or you don't believe in it? What lessons can we take from, at least from our lives? So one lesson of the angels that everybody talks about, especially on Yom Kippur time, is that we should try to overcome our physicality and try to be as connected to spirituality as possible. That's on Yom Kippur. Some people explain that's why we do everything we do on that day. Without food, without drinking, we're in white. We're like the angels, and we want to be as pure as possible. But I think for me, a strong lesson I take from the angels, and maybe we're trying to think about this while we're seeing how they're praising God in a perfect way, is that they have and how they're involved in our lives and helping. I think angels, what they say about angels is that they perform their task to the fullest effect. When they're put out when they're sent to do something, they do it all the way. And I think this can hint to us, at least, like this of being in a life of service. You're in a life of service to other people. You can actually kind of transform yourself into an angel. Those who are involved in helping people, nurses or doctors or lawyers sometimes. No, it's joking. Rabbis, everybody out there, parents. if you put yourself in service of others, you can sometimes get to an angelic state. I'm not saying you're an angel, but like God can use you to help other people. And you can see that God ends up working through you the more you put yourself in service of other people. And that's a strong lesson we can learn from the angels, to be in service and kind of follow through with what we're supposed to be doing with others. And you can see actually in your life, if you put yourself more and more in service of other people, that Hashem will see that, and Hashem will use you to bring the blessing to other people like God uses the angels.